Okay, there goes. My computer is freezing. Please bear with me, folks. Okay. If you are calling into the meeting on the conference, controls while joining from a landline or cell by calling dial-up number. To hear all available commands, enter star star on your phone. Star 6 to mute or unmute yourself. Star 9 to virtually raise your hand. How we will run this committee is as follows. The code of conduct for meetings, penalties and actions. Bronx Community 47 has the right to remove and or ask a member of the public to leave a meeting or block participation if anyone who engages in inappropriate conduct, including but not limited to obscene or offensive images or language, personal attacks, threats, or any other behavior that reasonably impedes the orderly administration of the meeting. Repeated offenses will be reviewed by the board's executive committee or any other assigned committee for a ban. If in-person outbursts or attacks continue, this will be considered disturbing the peace and the authorities shall be summoned. Everyone besides the speaker / presenter will stay muted throughout the meeting. After each presentation is over, I will inquire if committee members have any questions. Committee members will signify that they have a question by pressing the raised hand button on your screen, or request to speak through the chat when the chair opens the floor. Members of the public who have joined through the online link will be able to ask questions and make a brief statement on the item after each presentation or after the committee has had an opportunity to ask clarifying questions by pressing the raise hand button on your screen. Only those recognized by the chair of the committee will be allowed to speak during the allotted time. We will stay on topic with the agenda items. Any other items will be acknowledged by the chair in new business. Following the questions, discussion, and public comments portion, the committee will begin their discussions after each presentation and will conclude with the decision to vote on a recommendation. When the agenda is finished, the meeting will be adjourned. Okay, with that being said, I will now share my screen so I can take attendance. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, I see people nodding. All right, so Larissa Acosta, present. Janelle Robinson.
Here.
Right. Hello, Janelle. Nora Fury.
Nora Fury here.
Hello, Nora. Yenny Medina.
Here.
Medina's here. Hello. Adeline Walker Santiago.
Present.
Hello, Adeline. And last but not least, Tasha Andrews.
Tasha is here.
Tasha. Right. So just to introduce, to start things off, I have really unstable internet. I'm very sorry. But I just want to share that tonight, the winners from our Yankees scholarship they will be acknowledged on the stadium tonight. And I guess the main thing I want to bring up is that as Nora, you mentioned right before we began the meeting, in the past, we were able to open up the discussion of the scholarships earlier. I spoke to Aisha earlier today, and she mentioned that moving forward, we should do something similar. Maybe in January, we can open up the communications between our high schools so that they can apply earlier. We won't know exactly what the Yankees are gonna ask for, but we can set up some type of template, whether it's resume or some type of resume or I don't know, but we want to get the message out earlier so we don't have what happened this year where we didn't have enough people sign up for the scholarship. So we actually only got 4 out of the eligible 5. That's one thing. Another thing is that on June 28th, the Education, Youth, and Libraries Committee, in partnership with Literacy Inc., and we'll expand on that later, I see Gladys is on, we will be hosting our literacy event at Poe Park. So stay tuned for details. Committee members, if you would like to participate, I would appreciate that. And I think this is gonna be a good one. We're in good hands and we want to show out for the community and for the youth. All right, with that, I will introduce our first guest. So CUNY. Oh, okay. Janelle, I believe our event is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. But I like I said, I can follow up with details, and I know they're working on a flyer. So I'll expand as more develops. So our CUNY friends, who would like to kick us off?
I'm just going to introduce everybody. Hi, my name is Sofia Rosario. I'm the intern at Centro, and I'm so excited to present not only Centro, but also the Dominican Studies Institute at City College and also the Mexican Studies Institute at Lehman College. The three research institutes at CUNY are really excited to present just who we are and introduce ourselves to the community, especially a community like your own that has so many Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, and extend our resources and let you guys know what we as a collective research institute are doing and what we plan on doing in the future. So I'm going to hand it off to Rosa, who's going to start and introduce Centro.
Sophia, can you queue up the slides?
Yes.
I will give you access if it's not letting you to share your screen.
Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. She's the best. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosa Cruz, and I serve as Partnership Manager at the Center for Puerto Rican Studies. I'm excited to introduce you to Centro and our work. I do believe some of you know of Centro and some of our past initiatives, but the last 9 months have been a flurry of activity here as we welcomed a new director and introduced new research, art, culture, and instructional programming. Our director, Yarimal Bonilla, is the first female director of Centro. She has sparked new energy and enthusiasm as Centro moves in a new direction. Our mission is to research, preserve, and share the Puerto Rican experience. And I now will tell you a little bit about some of the initiatives and programs we conduct in order to fulfill that mission. So you see, we have a new slogan. Tu historia is here. Your story is here. And it's in Spanglish on purpose. Centro is where we all can learn about ourselves, our history, culture, traditions, our migration stories, social and political struggles, how we got here, why did we come, and where are we going? But the story would not be complete if we didn't safeguard the stories of the Young Lords and the Black Panthers, of the birth of hip hop in the Bronx, of Puerto Ricans in the Dominican Republic, of Dominicans in Puerto Rico, of Puerto Ricans in the civil rights movement, and marching with Dr. Martin Luther King. So we can all find our stories at Centro. Centro is proud to work in partnership with two other research centers whom you will be hearing from next. The Mexican Studies Institute and the Dominican Studies Institute. We come together to hold conversations and presentations that explore the state of Latinos in New York City, to develop a Latino policy agenda that works to move our communities forward as one. Next slide. We are actively working to grow our partnerships, which is the reason why we're here today. This year, the partners listed on this slide helped us provide scholarships and educational and cultural programming that help teach students that being Puerto Rican is more than just salsa music, arroz con gandules, and pernil for lunch at grandma's. Next slide. The Central Library and Archives provide access to thousands of books, historical newspapers, audio recordings, and videos containing information by and about Puerto Ricans. Our archive is the only repository nationwide devoted to documenting the Puerto Rican experience. Anyone working on a genealogy, conducting research, or writing a paper for school can make an appointment with one of our librarians who will be happy to help. Our librarians are also available to make presentations and conduct tours for your organizations, school groups, and after-school programs. Next slide. The Central Library and Archive is located on the first floor of the Silverman School of Social Work in El Barrio at the corner of 3rd Avenue and 119th Street. It is open to the general public Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 p.m. To enter, all you would need is a picture ID and proof of vaccination. Next slide. Centro's Education Unit provides schools and community programs with free teaching resources available on our website. We have downloadable posters, maps, videos, and teaching guides for classroom or home use. Next slide. So this is just a taste of Centro and our resources. I invite you to visit our website at centropr.hunter.cuny.edu and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at CentroPR to learn about our upcoming events and webinars. Thank you for your attention.
I'm going to introduce Ms. Sara Aponte. She'll be introducing us to the Dominican Studies Department. Also, I apologize for the way the slides are coming and the technical difficulties. Please bear with us.
Hola, ¿cómo están todos y todas? I am Sara Ponte, Chief Librarian at the CUNY Dominican Studies Institute and Professor at the City College of New York. Thank you so much, Rosa, for the invitation, and Sofia, and all of you for being here today. So quickly, I am going to talk about who we are and what we do at the Dominican Institute. But before that, I would like you to see why we need to know about Dominicans, especially in the Bronx, because the largest population of Dominicans living in the United States are now located in the Bronx throughout the whole borough. And these are the statistics for the 2020 census that we got. Next slide, please. So the Dominican Studies Institute was founded in 1992 and is the first and only university-based research institute in the US dedicated to Dominican studies. Just like Centro, we also have an archives, a research area, and a library. And of course, at the Mexican Studies Institute. And the Dominican Institute was founded with the help of Puerto Ricans and African Americans during the early 1990s as a way of portraying a better picture of who Dominicans were. Next slide, please. So we have a lot of digital projects, and this is the highlight of the presentation today, but I am going to just tell you a little bit of some. One is the First Blacks in the Americas website. Is a completely bilingual website that deals with the first Blacks that arrived in what is today the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and it happened to be the first place that Black African, Black slave and non-slave arrived in the area. We have 70 packages of 16th century and 17th century documents translated and transcribed into today's language. We also have a project about the first recorded non-immigrant that arrived in what is today New York. And his name was Juan Rodriguez, and he arrived in 1613 on a Dutch ship. We have the information available on our website, and it challenges the notion of Dominicans as newcomers. This immigrant happened to live and stayed in New York before any one of the groups. He lived with the Lenape or the indigenous population during that time. Next slide, please. And the other amazing project that we have, and I would like to mention it, is the Fighting for Democracy Dominican Veterans in World War II. And that one, we even discovered a Dominican Tuskegee Airman. And we also know that Puerto Ricans were part of the Tuskegee Airmen, Haitians, and other Latin American and Caribbean groups as well. The other project is the Dominican Music Project in the United States, and it highlights Dominican contributions to music from the 1910s all the way to 2010. I wanted to mention these two projects because Centro helped us a lot. And we're here today to share with you how much we work together. We are distinct organizations, unique in our own ways, but we have a lot in common. And it's important for you to know this because you deal with schools and kids, and sometimes they feel this friction between Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Mexicans. But we do not have that. We work together very closely, and this is a proof of this. These two projects were enriched because of Centro's generosity, sharing with us images and audios to be put into these databases. And next slide, please. We also have curriculum for educators, and they're free, open source. You don't need to pay anything. You just go to our page, and later on, I guess Sophia is going to add in the chat some of these links so you can have access to our open source materials available for everyone. And now you can incorporate this into the school curriculum. When you talk about the beginnings of New York City, now you can incorporate Juan Rodriguez. When you talk about music, you can incorporate Dominicans as well, and veterans. We have those materials available. And the next slide, please. And we do have, as a Centro, and I know also the Mexican Studies Institute, we work with school teachers. We have different programs. One of them is the 8th graders Bridge to College, 7th grade immersion program, and also show and tell. You're welcome to visit us. Please email us. And the next slide is our contact information. And then explore more, and this is the contact information. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sara. Now we're going to move on to the Mexican Studies Institute, and Jose will be taking this over.
Thank you, Sara. And yes, thank you again for the invitation. I'm Dr. Jose Ira Lopez. I'm the Deputy Director of the Mexican Studies Institute at CUNY. We're housed at Lehman College, so we're part of your district. And also, we are a CUNY-wide institute, the same as El Centro and the Dominican Studies Institute, where we serve the 25 campuses. So on this slide, you can barely see, but it's basically our mission. So we are guided by 3 principles. The first one, we were founded in 2012. So this year, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. And our main goal is to boost enrollment of the Mexican and Mexican-American students within CUNY, also to foster research about Mexico and Mexicans in the US, the same as the other ethnic institutes, and also to collaborate with community-based organizations to support and empower the immigrant community. On our next slide, you will see the different initiatives that we have in order for us to accomplish these goals. So we have 7 different initiatives. I'm going to focus only on the ones that I think serve as resource to the constituents on CB7 and also to your students. So on the next slide, you will see our Educational Opportunities Initiative. So in this case, our Educational Opportunities Initiative is a citywide initiative led by us, by the Mexican Studies Institute. And what we do is we provide free, multilingual, high-quality education consulting services to help New Yorkers, especially in underserved communities, navigate pathways to early childhood education, K-12, post-secondary, college, graduate school, and adult education. I just put a few slides for you to see, for example, ESL classes. So we try to connect to be a bridge program to connect the different resources that we have and the citywide are offered for our community. So I will later on share the different links so you can know where to access these services. But we're in 5 different points of the city where we provide these services. Our other one of our other initiatives is the Mexican Studies Scholarship Fund that we provide free. We provide access to education. So on the next slide, you will see the different services that we provide if you're selected, if the student is selected to become part of the scholarship program. So we provide financial support, paying the tuition, administrative support, because most of our students are first generation college students. So we help them navigate the system. Also internship opportunities, mentorship program, professional development and workshop and leadership training, a monthly seminar, and also the opportunity to join a worker own co-op. In the next slide, you will see the different ethnicities or the different countries of origins that we have benefited. So we have provided over 250 scholarships. I need to say actually that these scholarships are not only for Mexicans. These are anybody that are interested in serving the larger immigrant community and the Mexican community. So we have benefited from the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, Ecuador, Colombia, Jamaica, Argentina, China, Pakistan, Nigeria, Mexico, and the US. So, I will also share the link later on where you can see the application process for our for this program. The next slide, you will see just a picture of our students that have graduated. And another service, in the next slide, you will see another collaboration that we have with NYLAG, the New York Legal Assistance Group, where we provide services in Lehman College for different immigration benefits. And also in case of deportation, also representation. We also have another collaboration with the New York Public Library. We have, during the pandemic, we started this collaboration to document the experience of the Latino community in the city. So we are very proud to partner with the New York Public Library and also with the DOE with other different programs that we have. We also provide financial literacy programs. And again, as Sara mentioned at the beginning, this is only a taste of the different things that we do for our community. So if you're interested, please follow us on our social media. It's at CUNY MSI. CUNY Mexican Studies Institute, Facebook, Instagram, and also on our website, CUNY Mexican Studies Institute at CUNY. Thank you so much for your attention and for the invitation again.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to apologize one last time for the technical difficulties. I'm so sorry about that. Although it wouldn't be a proper Zoom presentation without them. I also want to thank Jose, Sara, Rosa, for putting this on. We are so grateful to be able to come together and serve our community. That's really what we're here. That's really what we're about. Thank you so much for listening to us. And we really hope that this is an opportunity for us to build a bridge, not only between our research institutes, but also the community at large, as Jose said. So any questions you have, we're happy to answer them. And I'll be adding those links into the chat now.
Go ahead, Janelle, I see you have a question.
Hi, so you mentioned in the central presentation that they were open for school trips. I work with elementary and middle schoolers, and not all of our students are vaccinated. Do they need to show proof of vaccination as well? Or is that only for adults?
Back to you on that, because the groups that we have received recently have all been vaccinated. So I'll look into it. If you don't mind sharing with me your email address privately in the chat.
Sure, thank you.
Does any other committee member have a question? I'll just jump in. I will say that I'm currently doing a master's program at Hunter. So I went to visit Rosa, and the entire department greeted me with open hands. It was a nice experience. I'll be back. I want to use your space, but also dig into the archives. I would love to one day, as a Dominican, visit City College and visit you, Sarah. Jose, as a neighbor, I live down the block. I could see Lehman College out my window. So I'm happy to do the same as well. My question is, when it comes to the archives, it's online and physical, or is it, how does that work?
Or
I'm just
for
like, I love to just dig. I'm the type to just dig in. I want to like feel the pages sometimes and just read about, I don't know, Juan Rodriguez or something. Talk to me.
At Centro, a good portion of our archives have been digitized, but there's so much more that needs to be digitized. So online, you can find finding aids for each of our collections. And if an item is not digitized, then you can come in and we will make sure that we will have it available for you when you come in.
Gotcha.
The same at the Dominican Institute. And Leuris, esperamos por aquí.
And also just to quick mention, we're one of the youngest institutes at CUNY. So we're following in the steps of El Centro and also Dominican Studies that we love the resources they have in their libraries and archives. So we're aiming towards that to collect the stories of our community and also to safeguard it. Right now, that's still accessible for us to save it. So we're working also on digitizing. We have a non-circulating library that you're welcome to visit. They're the same protocols. In order for everyone to visit, you have to be vaccinated. You have to let us know ahead of time that you're going to visit us, so we can put you on the list and just show proof of vaccination and an ID, and we will gladly show you around.
Great, thank you. I have one more question. How do your events look like throughout the year? What kind of events do you guys put together?
That's a great question, and I'm going to jump in real quick. We have different events during the whole year. We have over 100 events a year. We have cultural events. We have academic events, symposia, conferences. That's part of the core that we do. The same as El Centro, the same as the Dominican Studies. We have, they're all free and open to the public. Right now, if you visit our website, our social media, you will see a few that are actually in the works. We have one upcoming that we partner with a theater company to present Quince. It's like Quinceañera, a play dealing with the coming of age and also being Pride Month, also the struggles with identity. The other event that we have is on June 9th. Everybody's welcome to come as long as you can show proof of vaccination. It's going to be at the amphitheater, newly renovated amphitheater in Lehman College. Is June 9th at 3:30 p.m. from 3:30 to 5. So everybody's welcome.
Okay, thank you all. The CUNY gang came locked and loaded. So thank you. I guess any final questions from any committee or anyone from the public? All right, thank you guys, and I can't wait to reconnect and continue a relationship. Thank you. Next we have iMentor. I see Rachel. Are you the rep?
Yep.
Hello.
I'm just gonna get my presentation up. Thanks so much. It's great to have CUNY folks on the screen. Education, right? It's a small world. 61% of iMentor high school students in New York City wind up going to attend a CUNY school in the CUNY system. So there's a lot of great overlap between the work of iMentor and CUNY. So it's really exciting to hear about all of your different research institutes tonight. My name is Rachel Hutt. I am a senior volunteer mentor recruiter for iMentor New York City. I'm just going to share a short presentation on how you can make a difference in the life of a young person. And then there will be plenty of time for Q&A at the end. So a little bit more about iMentor. We are a national college success organization. So we are a nonprofit and education youth mentoring program. And we partner with schools in New York, Chicago, Bay Area, and Baltimore. And we were founded 23 years ago, and we started with 49 students at a school in the South Bronx. And now we serve over 9,000 students nationally. And when we partner with a high school, we're committing to ensuring that every student in our partner schools is paired in a one-on-one relationship with a caring adult. And the goal of that mentorship being that through that one-on-one relationship, our students are empowered to graduate from high school, apply and graduate from college, and succeed in their post-secondary career. 70% of our students will be first-generation college students, meaning that their parents either did not attend college or did not finish college. And a couple of other numbers just to highlight the amazing diversity amongst our iMentor student body. 98% of our students identify as students of color, and 70% of our students speak an additional language beyond English. And right now we partner with 13 different New York City Public Department of Education high schools. They're all Title I, meaning we serve students that have a greater economic need. And as you see in the Bronx, we have 5 wonderful high school partners that we work with. And I'm just gonna briefly highlight 3 of our partner high schools that are near Bronx Community Board 7. So in all of the high schools that we work with, iMentor works with juniors and seniors in high school. So a couple of key highlights. Marble Hill School for International Studies is a college preparatory school for students interested in foreign languages and international studies. And about a third of the student population consists of English language learners, many of whom are new arrivals to the United States. And of these, many are students with interrupted formal education. And within the college office at Marble Hill, iMentor works in collaboration with a College Bound Initiative counselor. And then we have Bronx Academy for Software Engineering. It is considered a career and technical education school. Students graduate with a Regents diploma certifying they're ready to enter the software industry upon graduation. And in the college office, iMentor works in concert with a full-time college counselor. And then last but not least, Bronx High School for Law and Community Service. The school offers classes in forensics, criminal justice, constitutional law, and law enforcement. They do mock trials in a courtroom within the school, and the school promotes volunteerism. iMentor works in the college office alongside a full-time college counselor. As far as mentors that join our program, we just ask that mentors live or work within commutable distance to one of our flagship regions. Of course, I'm speaking about New York City this evening. So a lot of our mentors come from the 5 boroughs. That said, we also do get mentors from places like North New Jersey and Westchester as well. We ask that our mentors be at least 21 years of age. And a lot of our mentors do have a 2- or 4-year college degree. But we also understand that there are wonderful adults out there that have maybe taken a different pathway in life. And while a lot of our high school students do wind up attending college, we understand that students also have, potential different pathways outside of college. And so we also we want to also reflect that back in that while a lot of our mentors do have a college degree, we also welcome mentors, prospective mentors that don't have a college degree to also come join us and be mentors in our program. A little bit more about the nuts and bolts of the program. For our volunteer adult mentors, it is a 2-year minimum commitment. And the whole idea is that you're matched with a mentee at the start of their junior year of high school. And those individual adult mentor student mentee pairs stay together through the student's junior and senior year of high school. There is an option to continue on in our post-secondary success program when either the student is in college or is in another post-secondary pathway, but it's up to the individual pair if that's the right fit. So the main commitment is the 2-year high school program. And within those 2 high school years, it is roughly a 2 to 4 hour monthly commitment during the student's high school year, which is September to June. And at iMentor, we're always trying to balance, wanting to make the most impact on the young people we serve. And we also want to make the volunteer commitment be a doable commitment because we understand that you all are busy working professionals. And so it's roughly a 2 to 4 hour monthly commitment. And what we ask of our mentors is that they write their mentee once per week on our online platform. Our mentors meet their mentee one evening per month at the mentee school for an event. And then we also have periodic college counseling and diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings. So to give you a little bit more context about that mentoring experience and where those mentor asks are coming from. So our iMentor students take an iMentor class once per week, and it is literally baked into their high school day. So students learn both non-cognitive development skills as well as college knowledge and career exploration skills. And so after they're taught a mini lesson each week, there's always a prompt or a question based on that week's lesson in which the student writes their mentor. And then the student has the opportunity to read what their mentor has written them from the week prior. So that's really where the mentor-mentee writing comes in. And then the once a month evening event at the mentee school flows from the curriculum that the students are learning in their weekly iMentor class. So monthly event topics range everything from building a resume, finding a good summer job, building a balanced college list, things like that. Dinner is always provided for pairs. There is collaborative icebreaker games, and then a lot of opportunity for the mentor and mentee, the individual pairs, to both bond and connect and go over that particular month's topic. And also just to kind of also tie it back into fellow colleagues at CUNY, for example, some of the lessons that students learn, they learn about the CUNY landscape, they learn about the SUNY, the State University landscape, and they also learn about the private New York State landscape. So if you're interested to become a mentor in our program, we have streamlined the process. So the first step would be going to imentor.org/volunteer. I'll put that in the chat in a minute. And what you'll see on the screen, it'll say, let's get started. You just click that button and you'll fill out a form. I promise it will take you less than a minute to fill out that form. And then within 24 hours, you will get an auto-generated email from iMentor with next steps that you would need to take to become a mentor. And some of those next steps would be attending a virtual mentor orientation and filling out a mentor application. And I will say too, as a mentor recruiter, we are in active or high mentor recruitment season. We are actively recruiting up to 1,500 mentors, both men and women, that are willing to embark on a one-on-one mentorship with a student for fall of 2022. And we want to make sure that every student that wants a mentor in our program gets one. And so even if you yourself don't have the capacity to be a mentor in our program, if you have a colleague, a friend, a family member, a neighbor, anyone in your network that you think would make a great mentor, please refer them to us. A lot of our efforts in mentor recruitment are really grassroots driven and kind of word of mouth. And so even if you yourself can't do it, we would greatly appreciate the mention to your greater network. If you have any further questions, here is my email on the screen. And I also just want to shout out, once you are when you're filling out the mentor application, when you get to the question where it asks, what is the primary way you learned about iMentor New York City? Please, if you can remember to click community group organization and then write Bronx Community Board 7, that would be incredibly helpful for our mentor recruitment efforts. It just really helps us, see where our prospective mentors are coming from. So it's just really helpful. I am going to put the link in the chat where you'll find the 30-second lead form that kind of gets you in our system. And that's a little bit more about iMentor. I'd be happy to answer any questions that folks may have.
All right. Any committee members, do you have any questions for Rachel? Does anyone from the public have any questions for Rachel? Go ahead. I believe that's Adeline.
Hi, I'm really impressed with your program. Can you give me your phone number? Because I don't have the chat room. I'm just on the phone.
Oh, sure. Yes, absolutely. I will put that out right now. Sorry, I'm one of those people that doesn't have my work phone number memorized. I am going to put that in the chat. Oh, sorry. And I can also say it too, if that's helpful.
Yeah, you can
That's
also
better.
type it in the chat.
Can you
I
say
can
it?
send it over to
It's
myself.
Oh,
It's,
good.
uh,
Thank
Go
you. I
ahead.
appreciate it.
it's 646-797-4450.
Perfect. Thank you, Rachel. I think it's a
Sure.
wonderful program you're on.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. I second that. I think that I would have benefited greatly from a program like this when I was in high school. I have a question. How do you, I guess, where do you find most success finding mentors?
That's a great question, and also like the $1 million question. So my bucket of work is finding mentors in the community space. And just to kind of define what we mean by that, it's basically anyone outside of the for-profit corporate space. That's who I'm responsible for bringing in to become a mentor in our program. And then I have a colleague, Taylor Lewis, who oversees our corporate for-profit like employees that come and join us. And so it's a lot of different places. In my vertical of work, I find a lot of mentors through professional-based associations. So say there's like a professional like accounting association or librarians association. I find a lot of people that way. I reach out to alumni groups, retiree groups, different like faith-based, organizations. I've been doing more work trying to get New York City government and like mayoral office employees engaged to be mentors in our program. I've been doing more, presentations at community boards this year just to really kind of get the word out. So it's multifaceted, but right, and just trying to increase, brand visibility and all of that. So kind of all of the above.
Okay, another thing. So you sign up with a mentor, you have a 2-year commitment. How long does iMentor follow that child? Is it throughout college?
Yeah, I love that question. So even though it's a minimum commitment for the pair for 2 years, we have a really successful post-secondary success program, which follows the student 2 years into their college or other post-secondary plans. So I want to say a lot of our students, about 85% of our high school students, do go on to attend a 2 or 4 year college, but we also understand that college is not necessarily the right path for every student. So we are big on to making sure that every high school student has a plan for life after high school, whether it is college or something else. So we follow them whether they go to college or not. And that's 2 years post high school. So we have a wonderful program. So we'll do things like I mentor students that go on and enroll in our post-secondary success program. We give them paid advising sessions. So we have dedicated support staff that will like help them enroll like in classes at their CUNY, SUNY, private college. We will pay for things. We have a lot of students that will start at a community college and then will go on to transfer to a 4-year college. We will pay for that transfer fee. We have this emergency fund. So a lot of our students that we serve are first generation, and we want to make sure that they persist and graduate from college. And so there may be certain barriers, like say for example someone is facing a barrier and they may drop out because they can't afford to pay books for the next semester. Or we had this happen a bunch, during the COVID pandemic. We had some students that were in colleges out of state and got stuck all of a sudden, they had to get out of there because college campuses were closing. We paid for their flights home. So we have an emergency fund that's in place so that students will continue to persist. And so 2 years, and that's whether they're in college or not, will help them either way.
Nice, thank you. I've been familiar with iMentor for a while, but I didn't know it was as simple as signing up. So last chance, anybody from the public or the committee, any questions for Rachel? Going once, going twice. Thank you so much for your time, Rachel. We appreciate you joining us.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate the time tonight. Thanks.
Okay, Gladys, I see you are here. Does Literacy Inc. want to share anything?
Hi, good evening, Community Board 7. It's always great to be here with you guys and community. And yes, as our chair mentioned earlier, we are having an event at Pope Park in conjunction with you guys. So we already have confirmed the Pope Park Playmobile, which is an awesome setup that kids can come out and play. Of course, Literacy Inc. will be there promoting early childhood literacy. I'm meeting tomorrow with District 10, which, as you know, is the district of Community Board 7, to go ahead and see if they or the President's Council or their CEC would be able to go ahead and attend. Also bringing over some resources. The Bronx Library Center will be in attendance as well, promoting their summer program. And we are working to get the Bronx Children's Museum there as well. They just have a tiny bit of info that they need from us. So once we go ahead and confirm that, they'll be in attendance as well. So I would love to go ahead and meet the members of this great committee that I've been spending some time with. So I hope to see you there. If you have any other resources that you think we should reach out to go ahead and see if they can come and support, please send them my way. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and do that. But you also should have received, as a community board, you should have received our June calendar. We will be having virtual events throughout the month. And I know you guys are off July and August, but we will still be working, not only having virtual programs, but we will also be having more programs at Pope Park throughout the summer. So we hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Gladys. Does any committee member have any questions? Gladys, I know that we were able to lock in the refreshments, but I'm waiting to hear back about tables and tents. So stay tuned. I will get back to you. Thank you for all you do behind the scenes. Gladys puts in a lot of work. I hope that's clear to everyone. She puts in work. So with that said, I'm going to see, is there anyone here from the DOE? Is there, oh. I'm so sorry, Sarah. You are here as well. You want to speak? Do you want to speak?
Hi, I just wanted to let everyone know I
Sorry.
chat that we have a comic book drawing class. It's with Bronx Council of the Arts and the instructor is Yvonne and he's amazing. So he is coming for Saturdays in June and it's geared for, he wants older than 10-year-olds, but I think he'll be flexible if some kids are really interested. And it's a weekly class. I mean, if you can only come a few weeks, we'll take you in. So we just wanted to promote that. And our Family Fitness Festival is on Saturday, June 25th. We're going to be raffling off 2 bikes and some other goodies to give away. And if anyone's interested in tabling, we'll still take people interested in that. And we'll just keep sending out emails for other events happening. We have some sports happening during the summer. Soccer. People are interested in soccer. We have a soccer league. So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6. Thank you.
That's really great, Sarah. Can you repeat the name of the event where you have the raffles?
That's the Family Fitness Festival.
Right, okay, cool. Awesome. The Williamsbridge Oval does not play. They put together programming. Take advantage of it. I guess, Sarah, I know that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but for our event on the 28th, if possible, or if we might need it, I guess your books, some of the books that you have, are we able to somehow use those as a
Yeah,
resource?
let me know.
Yeah, I will let you know. All right, awesome.
Yeah, let me know how much advance. I just got some, so I could put some to the side, but let me know. And I know you're probably talking to both Kathys are over there, so.
Gladys likely is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am Miss Kathy Mitchell. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, that she is a savior and she does so much for us. So yes, we have a great partnership with her.
Okay. Yep. Let me know.
Okay, so I believe that is it. Nobody from the DOE, New York Public Library, or CDC District 10. So I will motion to adjourn.
I second it, Adeline.
Thank you. Enjoy your summer,
Good
everyone.
meeting.
Okay,
You
we'll see
too.
ya.
Take
See
care.
ya.
Nora, call me when you're ready to meet. Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye, everybody.
okay.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Okay, it's good to see everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, very good. Bye. Good job, Chair.
Yes.
Good speakers.